Hello, everybody. Terry Hardin, Walt Disney's legendary Imagineer here. And what you're looking at is a giant Pinocchio figure from Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio at MoMA, New York. Why am I showing you this? Because I love it. And I thought you'd like to see it. So there you go. There it is. Enjoy. Ask me anything where you can ask me any of your burning questions that might be on your mind. How are you? How are you doing today? And today is Disney's 100th celebration kickoff. So again, I'm Terry Hardin, Walt Disney's legendary Imagineer. I'm a Jim Henson Muppeteer and an internationally trademarked artist and speaker, among so many other things. I've done Ghostbusters, Men in Black, etc., 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 and designed several attractions and things for the Disney company as a Imagineer, the come here, get away, Imagineer. And now you can ask me questions. First off, it is the kickoff for Disney's 100th celebration, and it starts today. So it's going to go all year, and I really don't have much idea about what's happening. But my tribe on my Patreon page, that's right, let me show you that really quickly. So in case you want to be a part of it, the Patreon page is called Terry's Tribe. You just click on patreon.com/Terry Hardin and read about it. But it's a bunch of like-minded people who share their voice in what's important to them. And it's a safe, private environment where we can speak our minds and we can help each other. So right now I'm having a few challenges. They help me with my challenges, but more importantly, I can help you with your challenges, but we all help each other with the challenges. Just $5 a month. It's super, super fun. And it is here that I found out some of the specifics, like Mickey's Runaway Railroad is opening today and apparently had a very special early opening that you had to be a part. You like to have to sign up for or something. I'm not sure, Claire. I'm sure you all are. But if you're not, a lot of people didn't get to go because it filled up super fast. So it's going to be a very, very busy day. If you're going today, feel free to share with me here on what it could possibly be. And then it goes all year. So action-packed, fun stuff I keep hearing. And then I am working personally as a sculptor and illustrator on something of my own. And we're talking to the tribe about it. So if you want to be a part of it, help me to plan some of the sculptures that I do, no matter what they are, painting that I do, need some help. If you need help trying to make a living doing what you love, you just need to talk. You are having... maybe somebody has made you feel like you don't deserve something in your life. We talk about it all, including my father, who is doing much, much better. Looks like he's going to be getting out soon. So thank you for your good wishes here as well. But I thought I would just mention to you that this is a good place to give me your input. And here is where I heard a lot about Disney's 100th, including Mickey's Runaway Railroad. I have not been on it. I have not seen it. And apparently it just opened today in honor of the 100th. I've also learned from micechat.com. Hello, MiceChat, a great site to learn Disney news. I encourage you to go there. Micechat.com is a great place to learn all the latest Disney news, wonderful updates, beautiful things. And I looked there a couple of days ago, and I think it was yesterday I looked, and they showed how Disney has decorated for Disneyland. Let me be specific, has decorated for Disney's 100th, a lot of blue and silver, and it looked gorgeous, touches of gold, really, really beautiful. In fact, on the tribe page, one of the cast members shared with us, because we do have cast members as members. We have all kinds of people as members for just $5 a month, shared with us that they have a new Mickey and Minnie statue. So to celebrate Disney's 100th anniversary. So it sounds super exciting. I will be working to get there, not this month, but there isn't much left of this month, is there? It will be more like February and March, because January is my month end. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun and pretty exciting. So feel free to ask me questions about that, and feel free to touch base with us here on the Patreon page, because your voice needs to be heard. This is why. And $5 a month is not much. Don't drink that Starbucks or save on that Jamba Juice, and you have that, or put quarters in a jar and you can be a part of it. And the reason is because I need skin in the game. For me to come, I need to see that you want to be there too. And this is just a tiny way to let me know that you're present. Okay. I mean, seriously, this is the reason. Also, having you as part of it, if you're not sure it's for you, I do month to month. With the Patreon, you can ask people to subscribe for the year as a Patreon creator, or you can say month to month. I've kept it month to month so you can kind of play the hokey pokey. You can put your right foot in, check it out for a month, and if it's not for you, then the next month you just take your right foot out, and at least you checked it out. It's kind of like seeing a movie before judging a movie. You understand? To judge a movie without seeing it is kind of crazy, right? So we wouldn't want to do that. I guess there are some that do that, judge a movie before they've even seen it. But I know most of you are not that kind of person. And so you want to see it to see if you like it. And of course, if you really, really hate it, you can go to the theater. I don't think you can I don't know if streaming allows you to get your money back if you really hated the movie. But I know at a theater, if you really don't like the movie, they'll give you your money back. So I won't give you your money back. No, but at least you'll have that month. You'll be able to decide if you like it, and then you can move on. Yeah. I think you'll really enjoy it. And I will really enjoy having you as part of the group, because I need as many voices as possible to help us do what we're doing. I am right now currently designing something that I want to create for the celebration of Disney's 100th. And I'm asking for help of my Patreon page, of my tribe. Yeah, that's where it gets to happen, is the tribe comes, and that's where I hear their voice. And we have a lot of cool stuff that we do. Treasure chests, all kinds of fun things. So check it out. Go check it out. See if it's for you. $5 a month, $60 a year. All you got to worry about. Okay. All righty. There we go. So anyway, yeah, this 100th is really exciting. I've got several people who have their boots on the ground, and I'm very, very excited. First, and feel free to start to fill up the comments with anything you know about the 100th, anything that makes you excited about the 100th. I'm going to sit down. My doctor says I stand too much. Can you believe that? So anything that you've thought of, anything that, anything that's on your mind, anything that you've learned about, anything you want to share, I'd really appreciate it. I mean, seriously, I don't know much about it. I've been working on my month end, so I'd love to hear from you as well. And this is kind of what this channel is all about, is an interaction of communication. That's what really works for me more than anything. I don't want to just yap at you the whole time. I can, but I'd like to hear from you too, if you have any thoughts or questions or comments. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Let's see what we got here today. And then I will interject as I go along. Like I said, I was going to tell you about my dad. My dad is about to get out of the hospital. So, yoo-hoo! I went and saw him yesterday. He was doing his physical therapy, doing a great, great job. Now the situation is to see where they want to send him. And as timing happened, which never happens, but happened this morning while talking to the tribe, the doctors called. So I basically had to tell her that if she wanted to be live in the tribe, she could continue talking and they could listen in, or she could call me after this one. So that's what she's going to do. It's pretty nice to tell someone when they're on the phone, you may want to, you may want to call later because you're on the air. That was kind of, she's like, what? So yeah, so she didn't want that. So there you go. But Dad's doing better. Thank you so much. He's talking well. His swallowing test went well. Breathing is good. Heart is good. Everything is returning to normal. And they seem to think he can come home. They did not say exactly when, but I was hoping there would be a couple more days because this weekend I am slammed doing my taxes. So we'll see what they say. We'll see when she calls me back. She was very sweet to say she'd call me back. Hello, Rebecca. How are you this morning? Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Love you, Terry. Thank you, Joanne Brahini. How are you, girl? I haven't heard from you in a while. It's great to see you. Hello, hello. I'm a little bit, I mean, I'm perky today, but I may not be. You may find that there's a little bit of an edge. It's a little weird. That's because I have to do taxes, and math and me, uh, you know how Kung Fu Panda says his arch enemy is stairs, mine can be math. So to do this business stuff, I would much rather be sculpting and painting. Um, so I'm trying to keep my mind, and it's not easy in my studio, but I need to keep my mind focused. And it's not easy when I want to be in here sculpting. I got so many things I need to do that are art wise, that are deadlines, and I want to get on them. And I got to do my taxes first. They are due, not my regular taxes, but my sales tax is due on the 31st, and the clock is ticking. It's like holding a bomb, and you're going, I only have so many days. So forgive me if I'm a little weird. It's great to hear your dad is feeling better. Thank you, Rebecca. And I want to thank you all for your good wishes and prayers and things you sent my way. I really appreciate it. Really needed it, because it's tough doing that. You have deadlines looking at you. You have certain things you need to prepare and do, and that are important to you, and you just got to keep going. And the fun stuff is what I want to do. Okay, so many of you know I went to New York to celebrate my husband's retirement. The stars aligned for January, and although it's month end, and I could have used that time to work, January it was perfect because New York is kind of a discount discount city in January. So, and it was beautiful. And many people say, but the weather was so cold. It was beautiful. 49, 51 degrees, no snow, no ice, no wind, no nothing. Rain when we left, but we were leaving. So, just that window was the perfect window. Everything lined up to make it the perfect 5 days we were there. And my dad needed to stay in the hospital, and the doctors gave me permission to go, told me not to worry. So I didn't. I called a couple times, and the doctors called me a couple times, and he just kept progressing and progressing. So we were able to go, and it was lovely, and it was good to do it at that time. I actually pretty much collapsed at night and slept very deeply, because I think I hold my stress deep down, and there was more there than I thought I had, and all of a sudden it was leaving me. So I highly suggest that even though you may be up against it and see all of these bricks on your back, or all of these things that are weighing you down, that you take a minute and breathe, and pour yourself a glass of wine or a glass of sparkling apple cider, or your favorite drink if you don't drink, and watch a movie or listen to music or take a walk, or all of the above, so that you can reset. And it's very important. In fact, several people in Terry's tribe were talking about apartment hunting and how it can be very, very stressful. So I said, this is a time you get together with your friends and just take a day for yourself, because you're going to be so much better if you take 1 day in 7 to actually rest. At least 1 day in 7, guys. That it'll help you to be more present here for things that you're needed for, like my parents. So everybody was so sweet and kind to do that, and I really, really appreciate all your support. Really do. Hello, Joe Penny. Thank you for saying you're glad to hear about the great news. It's good to see you. Always good to see you. No longer a Magic Key member. Got tired of all the rules and out of my budget. Still enjoy your blogs. Jay, it's always a pleasure to see you. So Jay Aldrich is a very special guy. Just for you all to know, since there isn't a question here, I'm going to talk about him a bit. He was the president of the Disneyana fan club in 1998. You remember that, Jay? And they invited me, Jay and the group, the Disneyana group, invited me to speak on a map I was creating for Disney. They had heard about it. It was for Disney's 45th anniversary, and it was so loved that it became Disney's 100th birthday map. And let me see if I can find a picture somewhere. I don't know if I can, but I will try. I will do my best. There is no try. Yeah, there is. I will see what I can do here. But as I talk to you about it, the thing that was pretty exciting is that Jay invited me. I didn't know I had never spoken in front of Disney people before. I had spoken small groups of people, but never big audiences. But you know me, I had no problem with it. I did tell Jay that, Jay told me I had about 20 minutes. And I said, Jay, you need to stand at the back of the room, or someone at the back of the room going like this, do something, stop, 5 minutes left, so that I did not overstep my talk and keep someone else from speaking. And it's rude when you take too long when you're speaking on a stage. Every minute you take over tells the other speaker that you think you're more important than them. And so I really didn't want to do this. It was my first time I was in backstage with Sam McKim. And Sam McKim said, "Are you worried that you're not going to be able to fill 20 minutes?" I said, "Oh, pshaw, I'm afraid I'm going to go over." And he was like, "What? And you've never done this before?" So Jay was my, what was really good about not only having someone at the back, but he stood on the side waving. So I could just shift my eyes over to the side and catch him when he did his 5 minutes, 4 minutes, so that I could keep it on point. And it was a great, great speech, the very, very first one. And now here I am speaking all over the world. So how about that, Jazz? Yeah. Here is a sketch of this map that became the 100th birthday map for Walt. This is the sketch for it. Here, I did the drawing, showed how it was going to be a puzzle map, and discussed what these are illustrations of what I was going to focus on. And it was really, really received well by Disneyland. And I presented it at a special event up in the castle's gallery before that space was allocated or redesigned for the Princess Suite. It used to be a gallery. I'm sure many of you, know that was a gallery. I'm trying to see if I have the actual map here. If I don't, I will do a quick switch, but no, it doesn't look like it's here. So let me just do a quick switch here so that I can find it. Oh, no, leave that there. Just stay right there. How you doing over there? You okay? Okay, he's good. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little switch here, guys, so that we can find it and I can show it to you. Come on. There we go. All right, and get to photos. Oh, there they are. Okay, now let's see. Thank you. I'll update it later. Okay, let's see if I can find the map. Let's see if I can find it for you. I'm talking too low, aren't I? Let me talk a little louder. I'm just looking to see if I can find the presentations for you guys, so you can find, the one that has my map in it, so you can see what it looks like. There it is. I found it. There it is. Right there. So this is the actual map itself. It is sculpted in bas relief. There were only 10 introduced to the Disneyana, the very last Disneyana event. And you can see it's a puzzle map. It comes apart, and you can see the detail of the sculpture right here, the hub in the middle. And then over here, we've got in the corner, we've got, Country Bears, and we've got Indiana Jones and everything. So this was the map, and this was the map I discussed with Jay Aldrich. So, so that put my feet upon the path before everyone else. So it was very cool. Michael Joseph Luzzy, do I need to talk to you? Good morning. How are you? We need to have a conversation. I noticed a set of stamps that you may need to talk to me about, because I am trying to figure out how I can incorporate them this year into something. It involves trains, and I know you'll know right away what it is, but please give me a shout when you get a minute, okay? All righty. Cool. Yay. It's good to see you, by the way. The Disneyana Legends installation dinner will be May 6th. This is Bob Burdine. He's part of the Terry's tribe. And the show and sale will be the 7th. Both really great events. Hope to see you all. So this Disneyana, there is a legend installation. And last year in May, they named me a Disney legend, and it was a Terry Hardin dinner honoring Terry Hardin. That's me, by the way, as a Disney Imagineer, and a Disney, and they were, this Disney Imagineer was honored as a Disney legend at the Disneyana fan club event. It was really wonderful. It was fantastic. Lots of people there. Many from Terry's tribe were there, and it was a lot of fun. Well, this year, May 6th, as Bob is talking about now, Disneyana will again, forgive me, I just need to make sure. Okay. All right. Okay. I just got to make sure this is not from my dad's doctors. I did ask them to wait, but how many people listen, right? Anyway, what Bob is talking about here is they're going to honor two more people in the legends, and Willie Ito and Jane Baer. Is that how you say it? It's like Baar. Anyway, both of them are going to be inducted into this great group of people, of which Disneyana, the national and regional organization, does every year. And this year it's these two. If you haven't heard about these two, just go on May 6th. Just be a part of it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And just make yourself available to go. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then the show and sale he's talking about is Disney people selling to the Disney collectors. So it's Disney collectors who share and sell to Disney collectors. Probably one of the best sales I've ever been, because you can ask about the pieces and these people know about the pieces that they are offering. They can tell you the history of them and things like that. So right behind my head, if I zoom my head here and I go like this, you see this Mickey Mouse right here behind me? This is Robo Mickey. I actually got Robo Mickey. Now he's over here. I actually got Robo Mickey at a Disneyana event, and I absolutely love him. He is a really cool addition to my shop. I like the weird stuff, and I found it at a Disneyana convention. It was made at some point for someone, I can't remember, but they knew. I just not keep it in my head. But it was a lot of fun to get it, and so this event is really special. 2 days if you can go. It's right there in Anaheim. So if you're coming from out of town and you want to include Disneyland in that vacation time, this is an opportunity to do it. And why are we telling you now in January? So you can prepare. So you can prepare to go, because it would be a great time to go. And if you go and see me, say hi and let me know that it was this broadcast that gave you the bug to go. Okay. And Bob Burdine as well. Thanks, Bob. Oscar nominations, they're out now. Intriguing selection this year. What are your thoughts? Oscar nominations. Oh my goodness. Let's talk about how, if you listen to me on this channel often, the first thing you're going to say about me is that I have this opinion and no catalytic converter on my mouth. And you would be 100% absolutely correct. And this time, the frustration for me is that a couple of movies didn't make it that I think really should have. So one of the things I gripe about, for those of you who don't know, I'm mixed races. I'm half black, half white. If you're just joining me, just so you know. Why am I telling you this? Because I'm thought of as a woman of color, even though my skin is so light. All right. It can get very strange when you're auditioning for film and TV, or when you're cast. They might think that because you're a woman of color, you're darker skinned, and then I'm not. And they go, and they've kind of dug themselves a little uncomfortable situation. And then they got to talk to me about it. But, so I'm mentioning it up front. So just know I'm half black, half white. And, one of the things that frustrates me is when movies point score. So they put in a girl and they put in a guy and they put in a person of color, and it really looks like point scoring. It doesn't look like they gave it any thought as to either the person's ability as an actor or actress, or they just were trying to fill check marks and check off a box. There are so many films that make me feel this way. One of the films that did not make me feel this way, and I thought it was a brilliant telling of a very important story, was Till, T-I-L-L. The actress is incredible. The entire cast is amazing, and not one nomination. I mean, not one nomination at all. And to me, this was the perfect opportunity for the Academy to show not only a beautiful movie that was by a female uh, uh, a female woman of color director and people of color all through the movie, without feeling like point scoring. It was the telling of an amazing story about the hanging of a young 14-year-old boy in, wait for it, guys, 1955. 1955. What you may or may not know is I was born in 1957. That's just 2 years after this incident happened. And this is why my parents were very nervous about me being born the way I was born, because there were still white water fountains and black water fountains. And how does my black father pick me up to get a drink? And then first of all, can he touch me? Answer no, absolutely not in public places. Too dangerous for my dad. And I'm a little kid. So just think, if you're a parent, how you want to protect your 5-year-old child, your 4-year-old child, and you cannot touch your 4 or 5-year-old child because of your difference in skin color. And the concern of if and when I traveled in the future, that my parents were worried that I could be in serious trouble, as the mother of Till was. Okay. She had raised an sparkly child, and the child believed in kindness, and then he was head on with hate, and devastation happened. And the thing that really kind of got to me was that, do you realize they just made it illegal to hang in 2022? This hangman's, it's called the hangman's something. Forgive me for not knowing the exact names of it. And I know someone like Joe Penny, he'll be able to tell me the exact name of it. But my biggest problem was that this came into it is illegal to hang. Just got established last year, 2022. Was not on the books until last year. So you see how important this film is, and yet not one nod from the Academy. So I was very surprised by that, Joe. I was very, very shocked by that. I just thought this is the perfect time for them to acknowledge something that needs to be acknowledged, and to show that they understand how important it is to make it more of a rainbow of people, instead of, a lot of white, just keeping it so white, because it is white centric. I mean, I think we can all agree that. But you don't want to give a point scoring movie just because it's trying to fill it with the right people, because it thinks it's, whatever. This one actually was a good film, a beautifully written film, a beautifully directed film, and a beautifully acted film that deserved some of the nominations, I felt. I'm not a big Everything Everywhere All at Once fan, even though I love Michelle. I adore Michelle. I just really wasn't impressed with the telling of the film. I think the people that are up for acting careers did, for Best Actor and Best Actress, they did a good job, but it's not a movie I'm going to own. It just was not to my taste. I watched it twice to make sure I was seeing what I was seeing, and I was understanding what I was understanding, and I still didn't like it. So I'm not that big of a fan of it. We'll see how it does. I have others, like I said, I would have liked to have seen Till get some recognition, because I thought it was awesome. And please don't think that, I just thought Everything Everywhere All at Once was just too much sensory input for me. Really wasn't a fan. Just didn't like it that much. Just no. There's a scene near the end, because I just felt it was a wild and crazy way to get to the ending and to get the message across, which is a fairly simple message, through love your family, let your family be who they are. Yay, but didn't enjoy the journey. Okay, for me, there's so many other journeys that I would have enjoyed more. And that's just me personally for that particular movie. But there's so many others that are really cool. And there are others that I just love that are a little off. Okay, one of the movies this year that I absolutely love that did not get anything either was The Menu. But when many of you see The Menu, you may say, what the heck is she talking about? She didn't like, Everything Everywhere, and she likes The Menu. The Menu has meaning for me. And if you want to discuss it at depth after you've seen it, feel free. But it shows, it has a message, a big, strong message. And for a lot of people, I don't think they really wanted to hear the message. You know, it's kind of a story of I'm King Midas and I can touch or do anything I want. And I keep doing weirder and weirder, crazier, crazy things just to say, wait for someone to tell me stop. Do you know what I mean? Some people get so famous and so well known that this is someone who um, is, you know, pushing the envelope, and then you find out he secretly hopes that you will tell him to stop. And it's really good. It's really good, but it's got violence. And if you're not a violence person, warning: there's some violence. Yeah, just be ready. But those are my thoughts. Yeah, I am very excited because we all knew Pinocchio, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, was at least going to make Best Animated Film. And Avatar, if you're someone who hasn't seen the new one, please go see it in the theater with 3D, because otherwise you're not, I don't think you can like it. I don't even think you can love it, because it really, really needs to be, you really need to be in it. It's beautifully done, technically gorgeous. Do I think it will get Best Picture? No, I do not. I wish it could, but the Academy doesn't necessarily wrap their head around things like this. So of the list, I would say a big, strong contender for Best Picture is Banshees of Inisherin. Even though it too is a really bizarre, somewhat twisted movie, and put the subtitles on if you do not understand the accent. Don't feel bad if you put it on so you can hear you see what they're saying while you listen. Beautifully shot movie, beautifully acted movie, brilliantly done, but it's odd. And I loved it. Let me just say I loved it. And I think it's a big contender for Best Picture. I think it is the front runner right now, is my feeling. And I looked at all of them, and yeah, I think it's really something. Right now I'm leaning towards the Best Actress in Tar. Incredible film. Really had me going, and I can't tell you too much about it because I've seen it and I don't know if you have, but there's a lot going on in that movie that is absolutely, after you see it, you'll go, what? And that's what I like about it. I enjoyed so many. I've been seeing a lot of films, so I don't think I have my list with me, or I would go through the list and be more specific for you, Joe, simply because it would be fun to do. But I think it's in the other room as I check off my faves. I don't think it's here, but I made my own list and I'm checking off those which I need to see. And I also vote for the Screen Actors Guild, so I got to see those first. So I'm watching a lot. The Screen Actors Guild does not only films, but they also do TV series. And I've been peeking at TV series. So I watched The Dropout, incredible, very, very good. Yeah. Severance, so weird, so strange. Wow. So I'm watching those because I think I've seen almost all the movies for the Screen Actors Guild. I think I've seen them all. So I know who I want for what with the Screen Actors Guild Awards and the ensemble cast and all of that. But now I'm catching up on TV. I still have to see things like Barry, and there's a high school. What is it? Abigail High? Whatever it is, I'm going to have to see that. Also saw Wednesday, thought that was pretty good. Stranger Things, of course, I saw it when it came out because I'm a big fan of Stranger Things. So that's what I'm kind of chopping through now, in between doing my year-end taxes, because I can't just sit and do those all the way because math really irritates me. So I have to be able to breathe and calm down. So I'll watch an episode or a movie to just get a feel for it. Oh, I watched Better Call Saul. Love that. Absolutely adore Better Call Saul, and this season it really delivers. It's their last season, and that's the way I'd like to see a last season deliver. You know you're going out, so go out big, and I love when people do that. I just adore them. Doc Martin did the same. It's not up for an award, but Doc Martin did the same. Many ones that I love, just really, if they knew they were leaving, they just gave it a 1-2 punch. It was wonderful, really wonderful. Edge of your seat, good stuff. Yeah. I forgive you for being a little weird. I forgive you for being a lot weird. The weirdness is forgiven. Thank you, Joe. He's funny, huh? Yeah. David, how are you? How about those poorly researched 100th banners with incorrect dates at Disneyland? Well, it's so cute because on my Patreon page with my tribe, David, they mentioned misprints, like spelling errors. And now you're saying that the dates are wrong. I haven't seen any of this, but thank you for sharing this with me because this is very embarrassing. And it also proves they should be chatting with you. If they would just chat with many of you, they could save themselves this embarrassment, couldn't they have, David? Yeah, and Leo, my friend Leo Holzer, he said the exact same thing about spelling. He's like, what the, like I said, I haven't really looked. So I haven't seen it yet, but I would rather hear it from you. Did you see the photo of Bob Gurr pointing aghast at the Matterhorn banner with 1955 creation date for that ride? No, there were many others. I think they have since been replaced. Yeah, you bet they did. And how embarrassing for Bob Gurr to go, I love Bob Gurr. Don't you just love Bob Gurr? There's nothing not to love about Bob Gurr. I'll tell you that right now. What a great guy. And he must have had a party doing that. Yeah, I know how this is a thorn in your side. It's like me looking at bad puppeteering. Makes me crazy. Or really unresearched costuming. And back to Joe's question about Oscar nominations. One of the nominations I really, really wish Avatar had been nominated was costume design, because I went to a presentation which had the actual costumer there with, Jim. Anyway, had all the people, Jim like he's my best friend or something, James Cameron, and then he had his costumer, and the costumer said she made, her and her team for Avatar made every single costume. Now, listen to this, guys. This is very important. Every single costume was fabricated, meaning stitched, sewn, and worn by the actor or actress that was the computer-generated characters in Avatar. But Avatar didn't really promote this, and I wish they had. And I still am praying and writing to the Academy, just in case someone who works for Avatar is listening to me. We go. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure it's not a doctor. Yeah, okay. All right, so far, nothing, so we're good there. But listen, they if they had shown a few, and I'm begging the Academy Museum of asking James if he and the costumer will do a show of those physical costumes, because I didn't get to see them, but they did that so that the actors, when they were doing their performance capture, which was absolutely how they did Avatar, is they could move correctly. They would have the proper resistance in fabric, know how the flow goes and everything. This is absolutely a brilliant idea. And maybe not everyone does it. But now when you see that this is something that James said was a good idea and allowed the customer to do, where the $1 billion started to go. Right? Same with editing. They shoot it with the performance. They capture the performances first, then they shoot and do the computer animation in connection. So they actually cut and create 2 full films. So now your editing is extra. Your cinematography is played with in both situations. Now you start to see, besides rendering and all of that stuff, where the money went. And I really would have loved them to get a costume nomination, because to me, it just sounded so amazing that this costumer and her team actually made the clothes. So I'm hoping the Academy will reach out and give the clothes to, hold on, I'm just making sure this is not, about my dad. Let's see. Good. Okay, good. All right. Sorry. Just want to make sure it was not my dad. Forgive me for looking at my phone while talking to you. But anyway, so this is the thing I really thought about the Academy. I would have liked to see Avatar get a costuming nomination, because that's a lot of work. It's a lot, having done costumes. It's a lot of work. So it's cool. And these signs here that you're talking about for the 100th, yeah, super embarrassing. But all they had to do was ask Bob Gurr, when was this done? Ask these legendary Imagineers. I mean, they're legends, right? Ask the Imagineers and ask, oh, I don't know, you? This is what I'm kind of feeling. This is what I am feeling. So David, I feel you, man. I just think this is one of the dumbest things I've heard to date. Crazy, crazy stuff. Yeah, so true. I had a rough day the past weekend and needed a reset, says Bonnie. Booked a sound bowl meditation the following morning at a yoga studio, a favorite thing of mine to reset. Yes, I have a Tibetan sound bowl, Bonnie, and every once in a while when I need to, calm myself with the bowl, I'll work with that. Yeah, that really, really works well. And I'm grateful for it too. Yeah, good idea. Really good idea. I don't know. My meditation is more kind of more active. Like I move, like you said, it was yoga, which I like the idea of the yoga being movement, because I can't sit. I'm not real good at sitting and meditating. I'm too antsy. So I'll go for a walk, and that clears my head. Or I'll move. I have to be moving while doing it. In fact, not standing right now, my feet are wiggling because I'm used to standing. But my doctor said, Terry, you need to sit more. Go figure. Morning. Hi, Carla. Joe says Star Tours opened in 1955, created by Walt Disney under the direction of 11-year-old George Lucas. Oh, my goodness. What? I'm not even touching that one. Hi, Terry. How are you today? I like it when the announcer says, now stay tuned for Family Feud next. And he says, this is ABC. Yeah. Yeah, right? Absolutely. I'm with you on that. Absolutely. Oscar Martinez, who was honored in October as a Disney legend by the amazing Disneyland Fan Club National. Here he is. I will mark my calendar, Terry. How exciting. Yes. Love to have us all together and there, right? Oscar, wouldn't that be fun to celebrate Willie Ito? Yeah, whose birthday is Disneyland's birthday. You know that? Actually, Disneyland is his birthday. It was opened on his birthday. Yeah, pretty exciting. And so Willie always ends up going to Club 33 on Disneyland's birthday, his birthday. They celebrate it together. Disneyland and him celebrate it together. So that's just a fun fact about Willie. Yeah. Yeah. He's a great, great speaker and an amazing animator and illustrator. And he's done so much. So don't miss it if you can go May 6th. We love the Disneyland show, says Carla. Yeah, not to be missed. It is definitely not to be missed. Jane's last name is pronounced phonetically Bear. She was our friend Dale Base's, that's Bear, ex-wife. He and she worked at Disney as animators and had their own studio. I remember Dale very, very well. I don't think I got to ever meet Jane, but I knew Dale very, very well. But we know what you're typing here, and you're probably going to try and fix it, but don't. We know what you mean. And I think you're kind of doing it in honor of those signs at Disneyland, aren't you? You're so cute, Bob. Yeah, we love you, man. I agree with your thoughts on Till, an incredibly emotional film that angers the soul for the inhumanity of man. Yes, David. And it's what the Academy loves. They don't love a movie like this. They love a movie like this that the story tells it well. It takes you along. You feel it very well. The actors are so lovely. And we have wonderful cameo. Well, it's not a cameo, but the roles that we don't see as much. So we have the leading actress who is up for a SAG award, and I just think she's amazing. But you also have Whoopi Goldberg as the mother, and then you have other people that you'll notice throughout that we haven't seen in a while, and it's wonderful. And it's not just because you go, oh, goody, Whoopi got a part. No, you don't even do that. You just are in the emotion of the whole thing, and you just happen to notice, really glad that's that person. Really glad that person is bringing that awareness to many of you that are young that didn't. I mean, how many of you that are young realize that this anti-hanging law, did not actually happen until last year? I mean, that's just pathetic. And is it a wonder that people of color are feeling so dissed in so many ways? This one is a strong one. And here was an opportunity to get this out and to get this so people could see it and understand it a little better told. It wasn't heavy handed in its telling. It just told the story. And sometimes these can be really heavy handed and preachy. Till is not like that. So I agree with you 100%, David. Absolutely a great, great movie. Must not be missed. Nate says we will be out there the 11th through the 21st. Well, it's the 6th. Do I look a little upset at you, Nate? Can't you shift it? No. We'll be happy to see you. Of course we will. I'm just teasing you, my friend. We just would like to see you at the event too. The Federal Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act, H.R. 55, introduced. You see, Joe does this. Bobby Rush became law March 29th, 2022. Public law. Are you reading this, guys? I love you, Joe. Joe is so good with dates. I just sort of lean on him a little bit during this broadcast because he's really good. This is something he should do more of because the man is so good with dates. But I really appreciate you pointing this out. But take a look at this. I'm going to leave this up a little bit. Emmett Till, subject of the movie Till, Anti-Lynching Act, H.R. 55, introduced by Bobby Rush, Democrat of Illinois, on 1/4/21. Now, it was introduced in 55 when the mother of Emmett, worked hard to try and get it, but it didn't get through. It didn't get through in Mississippi, especially, which is where it should be. It finally became law in March of last year. Last year, guys. This is what the stress in people of color in their pit of their stomachs is happening. So tolerance is very important when somebody is a little uppity, or you may think they're uppity about, getting in your face about equal rights. They're dealing with a lot, as are many, many different cultures and races are dealing with a lot. So it's really good to look at them with tolerance and learn what is it that's upsetting them so much and why. And then maybe you get on and help them, make it better, right? You can be the best you that you can be. That's basically what you can do to educate, because education is the best way to make it better for the world. Hello, Nate. Sorry you made it so late. You never have to apologize. Better late than never. He says, Leo says, Banshee was batshit crazy. Yeah, that's something. Isn't that a crazy movie? Oh, but it's such a great movie. Oh, it's so good. But it's really nuts. He's right. And yet the Academy went gaga for it. It is tied with Everything Everywhere All at Once. So there you have it. Oops. Better late than never, says Linda. See, my stomach didn't tell me it was lunchtime when I see you. I know. I'm, I don't know if I'll go all the way to lunchtime today, to be honest with you. Got some dad stuff and some tax stuff, but yeah. Here I am, and glad you made it, Linda. Sorry I'm late, says Joseph. Just finished watching Wondrous Journeys fireworks from Disneyland on YouTube. Oh, well, there's a way you can do it if you can't make it to Disneyland. You can see this. Now, I hear the show is amazing. Again, from micechat.com. Thank you, MiceChat. And micechat.com just sort of gave a couple of little previews so you could see what was coming. I don't like to watch too much, and MiceChat is very good about just giving you a taste of stuff and then telling you about their thoughts and stuff. Also, World of Color looks really good. Looks very colorful. Looks really 3D. Looks like they worked very hard to kick it up to the next level. If you're interested in seeing something like that over at the California Adventure Park. Both parks are celebrating. Of course they are, because it's Disney's, not Disneyland or Disney World specific, Disney. So I would like to see all the parks celebrate Disney's 100th, including Paris, Shanghai, and Hong Kong. All of them to celebrate it. How fun to see how each one celebrates what's important to them and how they enjoy the Disney company. That to me would be a really cool way to see what they have to offer. I've only seen the Fabelmans, Avatar, and Wakanda Forever recently. And how did you like them, Joseph? How did you like those movies? I'm not good at math, but my daughter thinks math is an art form. Where did she come from? LOL, Linda. Just be sure to designate and delegate to that wonderful person who is your daughter. Because if it's an art form, she's the one. In fact, I do that with a very good friend and bookkeeper who's coming to hold my hand through the weekend. So I don't have a meltdown over math, because it's just like you're saying about your daughter. She works with numbers the way I sculpt and paint. So, ding, you get someone like that, especially in the family, it's a win-win situation. So be sure to recruit her into your world and say, can you help me balance the checkbook, honey? And she'll say, of course she can. She will love that more than anything. John Chester, prayers for your dad, dear. Yeah, he's about to get out, John. So thank you. And it's good to hear from you. Your ears must have been burning. I chatted about you in our mastermind on Wednesday, because I just thought I wanted to keep saying that a step in any direction creates momentum. And I hope you are doing it with your music, because you're healing through music program, because you are so talented with this. I'd hate to see you quit. So I'm going to say, just please keep going. And if you hit a wall, go around it and keep moving forward, because you've got what it takes, my friend. And we miss you. So just wanted to say we miss you, and hope you join the mastermind at some point again, or reach out to me and we can chat. But I miss you very much, you and your lovely wife. How is your dad? Dad is doing great, Nate. He gets out. In fact, a doctor called me during the Patreon page Zoom chat today, broadcast today, and I had to tell her she was on the air. So she's going to call me after this, and we'll talk. So I'm very excited to hear from her and hear what she has to say. But it looks like they're looking to send Dad out. But how it's going to happen, I needed to be completely laser focused, because I've got the taxes happening, and I'm like, oh my God, not this weekend. So I'm going to see if they'll do it maybe Monday or Tuesday, so that I have time to set my brain going. But yes, he's doing really well. Sailed through physical therapy, not walking yet, but standing really well, doing his leg lifts, doing his arm things. He's just back in business. They're quite impressed with him. He's almost 90. So they're like, whoa. And I said, yeah, he's on his way. So a few things we got to detail, iron out, discuss, and hopefully he'll be coming home next week. I hope. That's what I'm going to push for anyway. Yeah. All they had to do was Google it. Carla, you're asking too much, girl. You're asking too much, Carla. Sorry. Paul, how the heck are you? Good morning. Terry, someone at Disney's not fact checking. I know, Paul. I just saw a hoot in the DVC magazine where a child actress with Walt and Roy was misidentified. An open offer to anyone at Disney. If you want someone to check Disney history stuff, and for some reason you don't want to call the archives, give me a call. This is true. Paul is also someone who really knows this stuff. And that's why I'm saying all Disney had to do was to post and ask you guys. Seriously, when I want to know a sculpture that everyone loves, I just ask, what would you like to see next? What edition should we do next? No, seriously, that's what I say. And right now I'm working on something, because everybody in the tribe, and I think this is a good time to post that again. So let me hide this comment from Paul and post the banner that shows you patreon.com/Terri Hardin. Here is where I ask what next in my work, my sculpture work of Disney's topics and stuff. So I was going to do a particular sculpture, and then I said, hey, it's Disney's 100th. Should I do something for Disney's 100th? And I threw some ideas out there, and we are currently in the tribe discussing what they should be. And I'm kind of leaning towards one idea, and now I'm asking for suggestions. But when I'm doing a sculpture, I put it up, they look at it, they help me critique it. This is how my work is special and sells out so quickly. So, and of course, marketing, because you've got to market. And if you don't market properly, how is a person to know what you're doing and what you're offering them? So, an artist's mind may be, I don't want to beg for money. Well, no one wants to beg for money, but if you have a beautiful piece that you think someone's going to enjoy adding to their collection, it's mean of you to keep it from them. You follow me? So, that's why you say to them things like, hey, I'll give you an example here. Let me just run a little example here. Hey guys, have you seen them? Have you seen them? Have you seen them? So, hey guys, have you seen the hitchhiking ghosts? These are the blacklight ghosts that I offer. They're still available. You can go to terrihardin.com / or not terrihardin, but / online store, or just go to online store. Go to terrihardin.com and click on the online store. These blacklight ghosts are available, as are let's see, let me just see, there they are again, playing for you. And then let me see if I can find the next one for you. This is the Disney pin that's available that glows in the dark. So I just share them with you like I'm sharing them with you now and saying, hey, look what's available. Whoop, whoop. You might want to invest. Nothing like buy. Just, hey, there's a couple things I'm offering. You might be interested in seeing them. Thought I'd show them to you. Because sometimes when you get wrapped up in what you're doing, i.e. me, and all the Patreons have helped me do this. My tribe helps me to do this, $5 a month. They have an input. Their voice needs to be heard by me. Why? Because then I don't misspell a word or get a wrong date or say something wrong. Even when I'm talking to you, you see me ask you right here about what you do well, like Joe Penny and the dates. And as everyone is saying it, they're saying, I'm good at this. I'm good at this. I'm good at this. Y'all are good at something when you love Disney so much, aren't you? When it comes to the Disney. And that is what we're talking about today. But the thing is that, so I'm going to jump on this and show you my Cheshire Cat, because my Cheshire Cat is still available. I got about 20 of them left in the edition. And why do I have 20 left when I offered it last year? I had stuff to do with my dad, and I haven't been telling you about him. But you can go to terrihardin.com and you can click on, there you go, terrihardin.com, and click on online store and learn all about him and order him right there. Or wait until May. I'm sure I'll have some in May. And you can do it because my marketing is not as aggressive as it should be. So what can you learn from all of this? Well, what you can learn from it is if you've got something to share, you have to let people know about it. They're not just going to climb into your head and know all about it. They need to talk to you about it. So this is why one of the things is it's so important to talk to people like Paul's saying right here. They could have reached out to the Disneyana fan club. They have a page on Facebook. They have several ways to contact them, a website, type in Disneyana and they're going to pop up. And Paul is one of the major people on there. They could have saved themselves a world of embarrassment, but they wanted to act like they know everything. And you can't do that. Don't do it. I don't want to do it. I can't know every character. And the characters that I asked the tribe to talk to me about are the ones that they love. Why should I do this one? And then once I've done it, I'll come out to you guys on the YouTube public channel and just get reinforcements from you. So that's how it works. The design phase happens at Terri's Tribe on Patreon. And then the following, what do you think? How do you like it? Happens here. So that's the process of how it works. Okay, Joe says, I've seen Elvis, Fabelmans, Batman, Banshees, Everything Everywhere, All Quiet on the Western Front, Woman Talking, Triangle of Sadness, Top Gun, The Whale, not EO, Argentina, Babylon, Causeway, Bardo, Empire of Light, to to Leslie's the one I want to see because $50,000 is all this money made, and she gets a Best Actress nod. Yeah, because of marketing, by the way. Blondie, the Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I doubt I'll be able to see them all before the ceremony. He says, I've all seen, need to see. Oh, I see. I've seen Elvis, Fableman's Batman, and the Banshees of Inisherin. He needs to see Everything Everywhere All at Once, Tar, All Quiet, Front, Women Talking, Triangle Sadness, Top Gun, The Whale, Argentina, Babylon. Focus on, if I can, Joe, focus on the ones that are up for awards first, and then fill it in with the others that you'd like to see afterwards. That's going to be so that you can then, kind of have a vote or have a, you can compete with your friends if you want. I always compete with myself because I don't like to compete with my friends. And I'm a little too vocal during the Academy Awards, so I don't invite anyone over. Nor do I join a Zoom because I'm very, very vocal about it. And my husband can barely stand it, let alone any of you. So that's a thing I do in private, but I'm really, really vocal. Last year, I was the shout that was heard around the world because that dog of a movie, Power of the Dog, which is a dog of a movie, a waste of my time, a terrible movie. And everybody said it was going to win. And I said, no, it's not. No, it's not. And Cody, which is the one I told everyone was going to win. Guess which one? Cody. I've only been watching the Academy Awards since I was 3. So I really know the Academy pretty doggone well. Sometimes they'll surprise me with a movie, but a lot of times I'm right on point. So I really love it. It's the one main Academy Award that I love more than anything. And let's just push this up here. There we go. More than anything, so I'm not peeking over his comment. But anyway, it's one of the things I love more than anything is the Academy Awards, and I work really hard to be as educated as possible. This year, I'm writing to the Academy Museum and seeing if they will show some of the ones I really don't get to see, which is Best Documentary Short, Animation Shorts, and Foreign. Sometimes I can see foreign. Sometimes I get lucky and see the animated shorts. But this year I'm going to ask the Academy because they might just be with this brand new yummy museum that they have. They might do screenings where I could catch it. And if they do, I want to make sure that I'm linked with them so that I can know when they're airing and go down and see them so I can see as many as possible. Because that has been my frustration that I can't see some of the ones that are more obscure. I like to see everything. And love to have it in mind what it is and why it is and why did it get nominated, because I think the nod is the major thing. The award is the cherry on the cake, of course. And it's really great. So True Irish Grudge. True Irish Grudge. Yeah. Scary how that is, isn't it, David? Whoo! Shiver. Can't share too much, though. Our trip was planned first. Don't they know to check with me before there's... I know, right, Nate? What's up with that? Dear Disney Anna, why didn't you schedule with Nate before you scheduled your big event? Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, Nate. I'm with you on that. I'd love to have you at that event. Specific law makes lynching a federal hate crime. Exactly. And look how long it took. Look how long it took after everybody's gone. But yeah, least it happened. But yeah, ouch. The best part of Dragging Fablemans was the performance of David Lynch as John Ford at the end of the film. He should have been nominated for best. Yeah, I love David Lynch in that movie. I did. I also like the guy who played the father, and he didn't get nominated. Very sad. And I did not like that movie. That is not a movie that I liked at all. I still believe that a student did it, and Spielberg put his name to it. And please don't tell me it's his historical story. It's kind of like his memoir. I get that. I just don't think Spielberg told it. It just doesn't feel like a Spielberg movie to me. Spielberg always has such energy in his films, and that one just was a sleeper to me. So I don't know why it was told that way. So Yanni, if I can say, just bleh, and it was great, like you say, to see David Lynch play that character. It was great. A lot of fun. Caricature-y, but we didn't care. He was there and we love him, So hooray. Yes, John, hooray. Things are blasting off. Good. You'll have to. And he says, thank you. You must keep me, message me and tell me how they're going. My favorite category is, Mike says, my favorite, I think it's category, right? Yes, is person, proper name, Disney legendary. I love you. Mike, you're so nice. Yeah, from your lips to God ears, one day I'll get the Legends Award. And then again, I think maybe not, because there is no catalytic converter on my mouth. I could be a good girl, though. Maybe. That's the maybe that I think they're like, it's a lot like Bob Gurr, because Bob Gurr is really open too, like open and frank as well. And, he got his Legends Award before he was so open, maybe. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But well deserved. I mean, so deserved. And that's what I deserve an official Disney Legends that Disney gives. But will they ever give it to me? Hard to say. But I was really very honored and touched that the fans and my fans gave it to me, who are also my family and friends' family, my fan family. They gave it to me, and it was a big honor. It was very, very special. And I wanted to do all I could for them and everybody that came, because I was so touched when everybody showed up, and people that who care about Disney but care about me, who aren't really in the Disney and fan club group, came to see me because they like me. My dentist came, my family came, my family on my husband's side, my in-laws came, and it was just very, very touching and sweet, and I was so honored. And then a lot of Terry's tribe came, and they were so much fun to be around. We had an amazing dinner. There was like 23 of us or something like that. It was so much fun. And then they went to Disneyland the following Monday. I had to get back, but they went, and this time maybe I can get together with them and we all go into the park together. But really, really fun. Just a really great group of people. And so your voice needs to be heard. Patreon.com/Terri Hardin. Don't think it's it's $5 a month, guys. I mean, come on. You lose that in the couch. So I'm not trying to stick you here. Just need a little skin in the game. If I'm going to be there, you're there. You see what I mean? Yeah. That's all. That's it. I loved Avatar, says Joseph, and Wakanda, but the Fablemans was good, but it was a little long and slow moving. I loved Elvis and Maverick too. I love the guy who played Elvis, and I'm glad he got nominated. But Tom Hanks has got to stop doing accents. And unfortunately for the Elvis movie, Tom Hanks is the feature character. The character is not about Elvis, but the Elvis promoter. And it's unwatchable. Now, I have to say that when I do Zoom calls with the tribe, that they always remind me that it's not Gucci, because I really went on a rant last year about Gucci and these horrible accents that they do in the first part of the movie. And then all of a sudden they don't do the accents in the middle of the movie. And you feel your whole body go, and then you go, wait a minute. They actually stop using them in the movie. Am I making myself clear? So like you're shooting and these accents are horrible. And let's say you realize while you're shooting that these accents are horrible. So you say, oh, guys, these accents are horrible. We got to go back and shoot the whole movie without the accents. No. They just they just stop it, and the whole thing is being filmed. So like they film the bad accents, and then they film the accents without accents, which is so much easier to watch, thank God, even though the movie still isn't that great, except for one guy doesn't get the memo. So they're all talking like this. Can you imagine being Italian and someone talking like this, because this is the way they think your Italian English accent is supposed to be? And you're like, and it's a whole movie. I mean, the Gucci's probably were offended, but I think Italians all over the world must have had burning ears, because it was really bad. Well, I feel the same way about Tom Hanks' accent in this Elvis movie. It's just not right. I don't know what accent it is. It's all over the place. And I personally, we know who Tom Hanks is. So I kind of feel like Tom Hanks should just use his voice. I'm not going to cry. He's an excellent actor. It would allow me to get into the movie better if he didn't do an accent. I had the same problem with Disney's live action Pinocchio. Again, another accent that slipped all over the place, very distracting to actors, let alone people who weren't sure why it was bothering them. Maybe you weren't sure what was bugging you. Let me assure you, it was Tom going in and out of accents. Okay. He's just done another movie, A Man Called Otto, I think. I saw the original movie. You can see the original movie on Canopy. It's a foreign film. I thought the foreign film was better, but the one that Tom is in is good too, and it's his voice, and you just enjoy watching him on the screen. I never tire of Tom Hanks on the screen. I just tire of Tom Hanks doing accents that he can't hold on the screen. That's the hard part for me. And I feel that we know him so well. Just let him speak, and we'll grant him that thank you for not doing that accent, so we can follow the film. So in Elvis, the kid is excellent. He's just excellent, and really deserved his nomination for Best Actor. He doesn't really look like Elvis. He's hints of Elvis, but he really works to give you the heart of Elvis. So those of you who don't know Elvis, or those of that you do, probably got a few zingers, because there were a couple of times he would look at the camera a certain way, or he would speak a certain way, and you would go, wow, that felt like I was looking at Elvis. And he really is good about it. He just embraces the character and does it. He doesn't try to duplicate Elvis. He just tries to duplicate what it might have felt like to feel and experience Elvis Presley. And I think it's really, really excellent. So really worth the film. You just got to get past the Tom Hanks stuff. I'm sorry, but it's just painful. Really, really painful. Maverick was lovely. And I actually liked it better than Top Gun. Top Gun I had problems with because some of the acting in it was a bit smarmy. And smarmy meaning, really kind of rough. Val Kilmer in the original film did a lot of, that sort of frozen smile that's really not authentic. And it was really hard for me. I was like, what is he doing? Stop it. And might have worked for his character, but it wasn't appealing to me. And since he wasn't a very appealing character, that was the idea. But in this one, Maverick, he's amazing. Tom's amazing. Everyone in it is really amazing, really grounded, really strong. And I loved him in it. I absolutely loved that movie. I thought it was so beautiful the way they worked with Val, because of course Val is ill and struggling, and they wanted him in the movie so bad, and they really presented him well. In fact, those sequences are some of my favorite, the way they did it, and just touching how they supported each other, how everyone rallied around each other and created the Maverick. The love that comes from that movie in order to make that movie is a beautiful film, really worth seeing. Will it be Best Picture? Wouldn't that be a surprise? But it really is a special film. It's a very, very special film, one that I am honored to have seen, because it just shows how the industry shares love sometimes with each other. And it was a beautiful, everybody. It's really a really good example of everyone rallying around and making that a really special film. So pretty much similar, same story, but you don't care. You just don't care. Because it's really nice. It's good. It's very good. And I really was honored to see it, to be honest with you. But Elvis, yeah, that's the challenge that I have with that. And Wakanda, I enjoyed it. I thought it was beautiful. Angela Bassett, holy cats, if you need to be someone to understand how to look beautiful in your clothes at a certain women of a certain age, let me say it that way, follow people like Angela, because she doesn't try terribly hard to be that girl of 20. She embraces who she is and creates and has the designers create for her outfits that are flattering as she clicks her years off on earth. And it's just wonderful. Unlike Jane Fonda, who is constantly trying to chase that 20-year-old girl that she left behind. And you cannot make age go away. You can sculpt yourself into a Barbie doll where your face doesn't move, and wear clothes that are way too tight and way too young. And we still say to you, stop it. Do you really want your golden years or your silver years to be chasing that which you cannot have, which is being young? Be young at heart, and age gracefully, because we'll love you for it. Have you seen Sally Fields in this new movie that's coming out with a bunch of 80-year-old women that are absolutely adorable and have aged well and look cute and are special and lovely, and we love them. So be solid in who you are, guys. Don't chase that youth because it's a losing battle. Just love who you are and enjoy how you look and dress accordingly and dress nice accordingly. And if you happen to be someone like Angela Bassett, someone who can have a designer, let the designer do their magic on your 65, 75, 85, 90 plus year old body. Let them do what they do to make you look elegant and nice, you know? If your body is more curvy and not so twiggy thin, then let that designer create for you something that accents that, which is all about you. I mean, have you seen the movie Hustle with Adam Sandler, which I kind of wish he had gotten nominated for his acting because it's the one film I can tolerate of his. I'm not a big fan of his work, but this one, he was amazing. I have to give it to him. He was really, really good. But also, his wife was played by Queen Latifah, who to me always looks beautiful. Always looks beautiful. She never tries to make people feel like she should be smaller. You know what I mean? She embraces that beautiful, curvy girl that she is, and she just looks fabulous all the time. Just fabulous all the time. And then there's a sequence where she's wearing like a flannel shirt and jeans. She looks amazing. I mean, when you've got the right people looking at you and helping you look good, let them do that, because you'll learn how to look amazing no matter where you are on the age line or in the body shape line, right? And Queen Latifah has always been so good at allowing designers to emphasize that which is all beautiful in her. And she just looks amazing all the time. I love seeing Queen Latifah and what she's wearing, and I'm like, you got it going on. And I feel the same way. So I'm excited. I mean, if you're going to be, I just think it would just be wonderful. And so I thought she was wonderful in this movie, Wakanda. I had a couple of problems with Wakanda. But overall, there's a sequence where the warrior women come up over the side of a ship and they all are on a rope and sequentially they're diving down. I could just make that a screensaver. I absolutely love that. Strong women is not, Wakanda is not at a loss for very strong women. And I just eat that up. So I loved it for that. Maybe a few things that didn't work, but don't care. Really enjoyed those strong warrior women, and just love it. Just love it. I got to tell you, I love that a lot. And stunning, beautiful, tough women, all sizes, short, tall, just, yeah, I'm in, man. I'm in. Yeah. Yay, saying prayers for him every day. Thank you, Nate. But yeah, I appreciate that. But he's doing great. I almost did a video with him, but he said that he'd like to wait. So when he's home, I'll do a little video so you can see he's doing well. Because before he was having trouble communicating, and I knew his brain was right. It's just that it wasn't making its way to the speech center because he was fighting infection. Now the infection is gone and he's like chattering their ear off. I told him they'd know he's better when he started talking their ear off, and he's been doing that. Yeah, he's good about that. Lets me know what channel he wants. Let me know what food, if he doesn't want to eat, why he doesn't want to eat, and so on and so forth. Yep. I wasn't overly thrilled about One World of Color since it seemed a bit disjointed, but I loved Wondrous Journeys. Yeah, Joseph, I'm with you. Sometimes World of Color kind of loses itself, doesn't it? I saw one. When did I see it? I saw it. Was it on the birthday, maybe? Might have been on the birthday. I saw it. Anyway, I felt the same way. It was the first time I'd seen World of Color in years. I saw show number 1, and then I saw last birthday one, and then I have not seen this one. But it's I like World of Color, but it's like a movie on water. And for me, I love movies, so I'd rather see other Disney stuff that's there. like the Enchanted Tiki Room. I'm obsessed with the Enchanted Tiki Room. I love that. And I love the Jungle Cruise. Yeah. Something about talking animals, just love them. Disney could fill it with talking animals and I'd be happy. I just think they do a great job, beautiful job with their animals and things. Yeah. Just can't get enough. Can't get enough. If you're not a part of the tribe, you're missing out. Not just amazing group of people, but a family. Nate's right. It is a family. So patreon.com/Terri Harden, look it up, and your voice needs to be heard. Please join us. We'd love to have you. Thank you, Nate, for saying that. One World of Color had some segments I really enjoyed and some that I didn't, says Joseph, just didn't seem to fit in. I expected more of a tribute to 100 Years of Wonder, but it really wasn't. Whereas Wondrous was done very well. Good. That's good to know. I'll have to go see it based on your recommendation, Joseph. I'll have to check it out because I'm really excited about this celebration. I think it's going to be fun. I hope they take it around the world is what I'm hoping. Yeah, I am. More Song of the South odems. Yeah, speaking of Song of the South and Splash Mountain, yeah, very sad about Splash Mountain. Very, very, very sad about that. And but if you happen to come across the rabbit, let me know. Here is, oh, it's not here. I thought I had it. Me thoughts I had it. But let me look at Imagineering. I'll go there instead. Here is the splash rabbit I sculpted for the front of the boat. You may recognize it. If you see someone selling one, let me know. I'm looking for one. I'd love to have one in my collection as I sculpted it for both Tokyo Disneyland and the Walt Disney World. It was on the front of the boat. Heartbreaker that it's done because I think that was a excellent attraction, but it is getting a little long in the tooth. Okay, regardless of what you think, if it's got a Song of the South connection or not, and I personally think that's a little thin. It is a little long in the tooth, so maybe it is time. Even though I really enjoyed the Zippity Doodah song and some of the other things, I as a woman in color, I'm a bit disagreement. I don't think it's as extreme as they think, but then it's not my vision. My attitude and vision is different. And Joshua was promoting your Splash Mountain pin last week. Yes, he was. And I was just about to say, I was looking to see if I had a picture of the pin in here. And unfortunately, I don't know if I do. Isn't that a shame that I don't have my pin in here? The splash pin. But you can go on the site and check it out. Let me see if I have anything splash in here. I'm just going to look and see if it says anything specifically, but it does not. Let's see if I have anything like that here. I don't think that it's here, but I'm going to look and see if maybe it's snuck in. Because sometimes I can sneak them in, sometimes I'll sneak them in to the presentations to show you. But sometimes I forget because there's a lot that I do. And it's not an apology and it's not bragging. It's just the facts, Jack. I do a lot of stuff. And someone will point something out to me and I'll be like, holy cats. Yeah, I did that, and you're just kind of surprised that that's, I wonder why that's there. That's funny. Okay, it's not going to be there. It's so funny that I don't. I'm just checking as I click through some of these. It's funny because I don't have it. It's embarrassing that I don't have it here, but it's not here. It's not here. It's not here. Can't believe it's not here. It's not here. Can't believe it. But okay. Anyway. Maybe I will find it soon. Very funny that I don't have it in here at all. I will fix that, guys, because that's a bit embarrassing that I don't have it here. It's like, what? Why don't you have it here? What's the matter with you? Why don't you? But I don't. I'm going to check one more place just to see if it is here, so we can kind of do a little visual aid with what Leo is talking about. But oops, let's see. Nope. 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 Isn't it fun to sit and watch me look over here going, now, nah, no thanks for playing. Oh, look, pumpkins. Look. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my heavens. Oh, my goodness gracious. Nope. What is that? No. Oh, and by the way, the Country Bears sold out. Yeah, I had a Country Bear pin and it sold out. One left, but bought at a gallery I did on December 10th. And Oswald the Lucky Rabbit pin in blue is vastly approaching sellout as well. Might as well mention that to you while I'm digging through here trying to find what I'm trying to find that may not even be in here. But yeah, so that is also, I think I have maybe of the Oswald blue. I think Oswald blue, I have, no, I don't see it. I'm going to have to fix that for you guys. I'm going to have to get on and do it proper. But I will show you, I will show you that. But, you can go as Joshua, they're talking about Joshua. You can check and look at Joshua's post and see it. But I did want to point out to you that we have Oswald blue, and I think I maybe have 20 left of him. Pretty good size, as you see my 3 fingers there. It's about that big. So if you want it, great. And if you belong to the tribe, you can get it in gray. It has the black and white version of it. So there you go. But yeah, he's right about that. Stitch is my favorite piece from you. Oh, thank you for that. Stitch is very popular and very loved. And I may have to do another one at some point, or maybe in some point do a Lilo to go with it. But I only do 50. So I have to be really aware when I'm sculpting about, what I'm going to be doing and how I'm going to be doing it. So yeah. Miss Fall, Miss Fall, Norman's daughter. Miss Fall. I think that's what that says. Am I reading it wrong? Miss Fell? Clarify, would you, for me? Because my eyes are just not reading it right. Those ghosts are spooktacular. Definitely worth having in your collection. Thank you, Nate. Thank you for my spooktacular ghosts. But that's what I mean about marketing. You got to start sharing this stuff with people, or they don't know it even exists. And then you see it at a show and they go, what? And it's great to see how happy they are. But it's good to share, share your stuff. Everyone does. David says it's indeed a baffling issue with so many resources available to the company and Disney historian. It irks me as well. It's going to irk you all because it's such an easy fix. I mean, spelling is one of my more challenging things. Years ago, it was really challenging for me. And I used words improperly because my English teacher, when I was in the 7th grade, allowed me to draw instead of learn English. All that conjugation, adverb, adjective, all of that. But I'm getting better. And with spell check, I reread and try to spell the word first before I ask grammar and spell check to spell it for me, just as a training tool. So I know that something like this could easily have been avoided, David. You're absolutely right. Hello, Jason. Going to miss you at MouseCon this weekend. What's the next con you will be at? Don't right now, the Disneyana one in May for sure. There's supposed to be a DizCon in Florida, but we haven't heard about the rescheduling of it, and we don't know if that's going to happen, but I will be at that one. They actually have my painting for charity. That got through before the Hurricane Ian happened, but I did not. They postponed it. So hopefully we will be returning, but when, we have no idea. But I would have gone to this MouseCon, but this weekend is in January and I have to do my month end. So unfortunately, I was unable to do this, but I would have loved to come and see you all. I just couldn't this time, couldn't make it work. My dad in the hospital is the other thing. Just so much going on. In fact, someone was asking me if I could fly out and go to their event in April, but I needed to say, okay, now. And goodness gracious, I just couldn't shoot that far with my dad in the hospital. So just the timing wasn't right this time, but I am going to miss you. Please tell the guy who's in charge to bring me next time. I'd love that. I'd appreciate that. You mean Coda, not Cody. I do mean Coda. Thank you, Leo. See what I mean? Coda is so great. My favorite movie. And it was excellent. And thank you for that correction, because I'm getting, so wound up and so excited here that I'm saying the wrong names. But you see how simple it would be to get it right. Yeah. I could have said, Leo, what was the name of that movie? And I didn't have to, because there it is fixed. Thank you, Leo. Hey, I keep forgetting to tell you. Yes, Nate. Heading to the park soon. Tina, yay for you. How fun. It's going to be great. Like I say, micechat.com, a great place to get your Disney news, told me. The other one is a Laughing Place, too. I shouldn't neglect Laughing Place, because Laughing Place is another excellent thing, an excellent website to get your news. And you should be, with both of them, because they have different points of view. So that's what makes them super special is, you can have a lot of Disney websites, but these two, I think, are the strongest to me. No offense if you have one. Tell me about one that you have. Maybe I'll include yours too, but these two have always been real good by me. So I like them a lot. But beautiful decorations and fun food, I hear. Fun facts. Some misspelled signs. Be something to find and correct them. Make sure that you can get them on the right foot. And there you go. Or did they do it so you would post it on social media making fun of them? Marketing ploy? I met a new friend who lives out here now, but grew up in the city where the Rose Parade happens, and he and his family help make a float every year. Since you helped many years, I thought you may like to know, you may have met him. I may have, especially if he lives in the Burbank area. I sculpted for float companies years ago. But then I moved to, I got in the vicinity of Burbank, California. I moved to Burbank, and the Burbank Tournament of Roses builds their own float. It's called, oddly enough, Self-Built, and they build it from the chassis up. They build, they weld, they do everything. Unlike volunteer decorated, Burbank is in a small group of people, a very intimate group of cities that build theirs from the chassis up. So you've got your La Cañada, you've got your Cal Poly, you've got your Burbank, you've got your Santa Clarita, I believe, maybe wrong there. And then there's like two others. That's it. Okay, that build their floats from that up. So in 1995, when I was working with Burbank to create the 1996 Tournament of Roses float design, and the way it works is that during this month, yes, January, you work on you find out what the theme is for the Rose Float. And you can go to tournamentofroses.com, find out what the theme is. And then you can go to burbanktournamentofroses.com and find out when they're accepting design ideas based on the float, and you can enter. Used to be a lot of places do this, but I don't know how many do it now, and I haven't done it a while for Burbank, but I will tell you that they do it, and I did it, and I'm just looking to see if I can show you what it looks like. I'm just looking to see if I can find it. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Boom. Okay, here's the trophy that I won, that we won for the Rose Float that Nate's talking about. This is Kids, Laughter, and Dreams was the theme, and this is called Dream Flight. I did a sketch. I was the winner in 1995 for the 1996 Tournament of Roses. We won the Fantasy Trophy, I believe it was. The smoke is different colors, the little boy on the back end, the beautiful dragon where wings flapped and he flew down the boulevard. And of course, it's a dragon. You know how I am. Here's a close-up of the boy, and you'll notice the little boy here who is about to go to Disneyland on the 31st to celebrate his 31st birthday. So there he is, little Nicky, and above is the face of Nicky, and he was my model. Bruce and I are puppeteers that work together on a lot of films, but there was one in particular where he brought Nicky at 3 years old, and I saw Nicky's cute little diaper butt and automatically got this idea of Dream Flight, and Nicky was my model, and it was incredible that it won, and yeah, exciting, very, very exciting. Very, very exciting, fun to do. And the Burbank Tournament of Roses chairman and president asked me if I would teach all the self-built floats, which I did. In 1996, I had all the self-built people come and learn how to sculpt, because before that, if you watch on YouTube floats before 1996, 1993, 1992, you'll see the self-builts, they really were struggling with faces. And we're trying to do them with wire and rebar, and that doesn't work. So I taught them about foam, which I am excellent at. And one of the reasons Imagineering hired me originally. And they got it, snap. They're now, this last time in 2020, I guess it's the 2023 Tournament of Roses. Yeah. They won some big awards. They won Queen's Trophy. That's huge. Best use of floral. They have, I mean, Tournament of Roses is doing a lot more prizes now because they don't want anyone to be sad because they didn't win an award. But honestly, there's a lot of self-built people that are winning some killer awards. And I was so happy and proud for them because, there's a little liquid in there still. Bet you it's really hot though. But anyway, so the self-builts are really killing it now because they've taken it to the next level. And I'm not there. I was only there for 2 years. I was only there for the 96 float and for the 98 float, both of my designs. The other float was called Mama's Day Off, when Papa Bear is snoring in the couch and all the kids are wreaking havoc in the living room. And it took a really good award too. So both of award-winning floats that I designed. If you're interested in designing a float, you do not have to be a member of Burbank. You just have to know the theme. So you got to look that up. You can probably get 2 birds with 1 stone and go to Burbank Tournament of Roses and learn how to enter. And I encourage you to do it. It was great for me. I really had a good time, really, really enjoyed it. And I hope you think about that, because as artists, you really, really should. Uh-oh, I went too fast and too high. Ooh. You guys are really talking today. There we go. There we go. I'm almost there. Almost there. Yeah. Yes, you do deserve it. We need to write in to Dale Disney. They need to give it to you. It is time. Thank you. Please do. Thank you. And yes, I appreciate that. We were there and loved it. Wouldn't have missed it for anything. I know. And I'm so grateful to you for coming out. You know, just really, really happy that you came out. Italian as Chico Marx, says John Chester. Okay. I love it. They could have looped in new dialogue for Gucci's. They might have, Leo, but then why did they not loop in the dialogue for the whole film? This is one of the reasons you got to watch Gucci, because in the front, they're doing the Mamma Mia, that's a spicy meatball accent, you know? You should do this because this is so good, you know, just like John is talking about. And then in the movie, it just stops and you feel your whole body relax, because during that front with that accent, you're tense, your shoulders are up and you're like, and then all of a sudden it stops and you go, oh, wow, what happened? And then you realize they've stopped those accents, except for one guy who didn't get the memo. He's still talking like this through the whole movie, and it's very painful. So check it out. 4 laughs. Lady Gaga is great in it, by the way, and is the best thing about it. It is what it is. So, but you have to sit through the rest of it, unfortunately. I have always loved and adored Angela. I mean, you can't help it, right, Nate? You know, the woman is class. She really is. Jane Fonda looks pretty hot for 85. Joe, come on. Come on. You realize there's not a stitch on that woman that's hers anymore. And this breaks my heart because she's an amazing woman. I met her during the time of Barbarella. Barbarella. I loved Barbarella. And I did the Rocky Horror Picture Show a few years later at a theater downtown in Hollywood called the Tiffany Theater. I played Magenta. And she was there. She came to see the show. And I told her I loved her as Barbarella. She was really not happy about hearing that there were people out there that loved her as Barbarella. But I told her the sexiest woman in the universe is a great title to have. And she is so great in that fun little campy movie. And I love it to this day. And she's brilliant in it. And I told her she was. I said, you hang on to that. That's a part of your life that you be happy with. But now I don't like her looking like something out of Mattel. I would love her to just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Because I love her just the way she is. She doesn't need to be this Barbie doll for me to love Jane Fonda. I love Jane Fonda. But I just don't think that when you're 85, this is what you should be worrying about. My opinion, Jane. You have so many things you could be doing, so many things you could be loving and enjoying. But if you spend most of your time in the mirror looking for cracks, yikes. I mean, it's kind of like Harry Potter staring into that mirror and seeing his mom and dad. It takes you down the wrong path. My opinion, again, so many beautiful things in the world that she could be loving and doing instead of worrying about, a gray hair or a crack in her face. It is my feeling. And the fact that she cannot speak. She's talking like this because the rest of the feet had to move. And she has so many colleagues and friends that can help her age gracefully and are doing it brilliantly. So just, come on, stop fighting age. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. So I disagree. Big time, Joe. Really disagree. I love Jane, though. Exactly. Me too. Me too. I love Grace and Frankie. Yeah, I do too, except for that. Did you see how for a while it was a little bit tough for me because it appeared that that Lily Tomlin was looking to maybe try and get rid of some of hers. And I love the bohemian look of Lily Tomlin. I just think her choices are great. I just love the way she looks. I love the clothes she wears. And in this last season, it looked like she tried to do a little Botox or something. And I was like, no, please don't follow Jane. Ask Jane to follow you because you look so authentic. And watching a Barbie doll act on stage, even Raquel Welch would not go that far. Okay. Just too far. Yes, the movie looks great. Queen Latifah is gorgeous and such an amazing person from what I hear. I've been a fan of her since I was young. Yeah, Nate, great to work with her on the Country Bears. Country Bears got dissed early too from people who didn't see it. And then later it became the #5 family film of the year. But the studio got nervous. And one of the things that they'll point out to you is you can put your acting in the can, but once it's in the can, producers are the one that can change it. Even a director doesn't have all the power. So, if the producers think, yikes, eek, we're scared, we're nervous, we're going to make a change, you are at the mercy of that happening. And you're at the mercy of that, and they'll change it. And that's what they did. They made Country Bears more about the people than the bears, which was a big mistake. They should have left it alone, but you don't get a say. Once you do what you do and it's in the can, gone. You have no hands on it. Sorry. And that was the case of the bears. But what we got that was beautiful was all the amazing people we got to act opposite. One of them being Queen Latifah. Absolute joy to work with her. She plays the bartender in the Zeb scene where he has the fiddle off with the guy from Stray Cats, who I absolutely love this guy too. I can't think of a single musician. I mean, I was with Willie Nelson showing him how to work Big Al. Yeah, super fun. Super, super fun. Yeah. Sitting with Elton John and getting words of wisdom. All of us getting to sit with Elton John for a few minutes before he had to go and do his Academy Awards viewing and for his charity for AIDS. Just opportunities of a lifetime Country Bears gave me and gave everyone that was a bear or was a bear puppeteer. Thank you, Jim Henson and company and Brian and all of you out there for allowing me to be a part of it, because it was great. And Disney too. Thank you for picking me as the puppeteer, because it was great to meet every single one of those people. So much fun. And music was not my jam, but it certainly became a jam when we were there. And wow, so excited to meet every single person that was there. Pictures with Don Henley and Bonnie Raitt. Woohoo! Because of the great scene I did with Julianne Busher and Denise and John and Denise and Jody, Tennessee and Trixie. They loved it. We loved it. I loved it. Magical, just magical. That's all I'm going to say. So the queen is the queen. She's amazing. She was amazing. Yeah, amazing. I love Angela Bassett and Queen Latifah. Her show is a favorite. There you go. Bingo. I haven't seen either Wakanda yet, but I'm not superhero movie fan, so I haven't seen most of the Marvel films. And I know how that is, Nate. I'm not either. I go with my husband because I would never get through most of them if I didn't have him to explain to me. This is really true for the second Wakanda, because this guy pops up and he's got bird wings on his ankles. And I'm like, what the heck is that about? I do not understand the premise of this character. This character looks weird, acts weird. What is going on with him? And my husband had to explain him to me. So that's what I'm saying. There's just things in the movie that are confusing. But luckily, I have my husband who likes Marvel. He's saying, though, that Marvel's getting a little off track. So he's not completely into it either that much anymore. But he has to explain it to me. If there's something I don't understand, I just kind of look at him and go, huh? And he tries to help me better understand it. So I'm with you, Nate. I got to have Lindsay with me in order for me to get that right. I can't wait to say a hello from him. Yep. How to go take care and be safe. Yes. Bye, Bob, and thank you. He could be long gone, but I'll say it anyway because he'll come back and listen to it later. Have a magical day, my friend. Tell Rose I said, hey, see, you're all doing it. You guys are so good. I love you guys. My siestas are getting shorter and shorter. Joe, you're very funny. Thank you. That took me right into the tiki room. Thank you for that. I will keep my eyes peeled for your rabbit. Thank you, Nate. You rock star, you. I would love one of those rabbits. I know, right, Judy? I mean, they're cool. Now, what I'm going to do is if I don't get one, I may make like a little one to celebrate Splash Mountain. Is I might just sculpt a little one of my rabbit because we're going to miss him, aren't we? Yeah, I used to pat him on the head when I went to Walt Disney World. Hey, baby, how you doing? What's up, little baby? I like when the contestant says, oh, my God, and Yahoo in their country accents. Yeah. Oh, my God. Yahoo. Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, it's not a problem if your accent's good. But if your accent's not good, yuck. You know, that's the truth. That's the true telling of it, actually. Yeah. Very cute, Mike. You're very cute. I can't wait to get back to Tokyo Disneyland Resort to ride Splash Mountain. I haven't rode often enough, and I don't like getting wet in Disneyland. WD version. This is what's lovely about Tokyo is Tokyo says we do what we want, kind of like Paris. Paris is one of the few pirate rides you can ride where they're not carrying the food. Bless you, Paris, and Tokyo. So you can do that. Go there. You don't get as wet in Tokyo. I know you designed some of the attraction in Tokyo Disneyland ride. I may have missed it, but were you involved in Disneyland as well? I know Brer Rabbit was yours. In Tokyo, in Disneyland, the fox, Brer Fox was mine. In fact, Brer Fox was my audition piece. Yeah, I had to audition with Brer Fox. And I don't think I have pictures of that. I really should probably have pictures of that, huh? That would be a good thing for you guys to see. I will be sure that I do that because that is a cool idea to have my Brer Fox as an audition for it. Let's see if I put it in. May have put it in Imagineering, but I kind of doubt it. Kind of doubt it. No, I don't. Well, wait. Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. Nope, nope, not yet, not yet. But if I'll find it and I'll show you my edition of Bear Fox, because that's what got me into the sculpture department at Imagineering. I'm slipping a cog, guys. Imagineering. Anyway, Imagineering. I had to audition with Bear Fox, and somewhere on my photos I have it. So I'll share it with you the next time. I promise. Laughing Place is a stellar site. Absolutely, Carla. Very, very good. Lots of good information. Fresh Baked is a good Disneyland channel. Dave is very informative. I'll have to check it out, Jason. Thank you. You want to send me the link? Not here. Message it to me if you would. I'd love to check that out. I love things like Fresh Baked. I'm kind of sad to hear that Porto's is going into downtown Disney. I'm not a real fan of Porto's. We have one here on the corner, and it's not everybody else loves it. I just have a different set of taste buds, maybe, but not everybody goes, I love the potato balls. Ugh, don't like them. I used to love those little beef cakes. I love those little beef pies or whatever, but they are using less and less and less beef, and the price is going higher and higher. So, just stuff them, man. Just make sure they're stuffed. You bite in and find nothing, and then you bite halfway through and it's still nothing. But I used to love those, gobble those up in a New York minute. In fact, I kind of like to see if they're still the way they are. Maybe they're better. My earlier misspell comment, I was making fun of you fumbling and saying misspell. Oh, thank you. And you said misspell. I was goofing on it, but invoking late character actor Norman Fell, aka Mr. Roper on Three's Company. That was the joke. Thank you, Joe. Isn't it sad when you have to explain it to me? So many people. We have a dear friend who is a personal assistant. He goes out and he's part of the tribe. And he goes out and he does personal assistant jobs on some major things. The last thing he did was the Beauty and the Beast special that was on Disney Plus, the live action one. He actually got his name in the credits, and he was trying to tell me who all the people were. And I looked at him like he was speaking a foreign language, because names, unfortunately, as much as I'd like them to stick, don't necessarily always do. And so if I ask you your name, it's not because I want to offend you. It's just that I am not like Michael Jackson or Elizabeth Taylor in the ability to retain every name they ever heard. They were incredible. And I kept saying, I don't know how they do it. Wish I could do that. Tried it. And so I just say, forgive me, but can you tell me your name again? That's usually what I say. And it's not to insult you. So if I ask you your name, or you can come up and say, hey, and say your name up front. And that way we don't embarrass each other. And then I'll probably just turn to you and say TERRI HARDIN as well, because I feel the same way. But that's the problem is, he would try to tell me all these names and get excitement from me. And I'd say, who's that again? And he would be like, oh. My husband does the same thing. Oh my God, so-and-so died. Who was that again? Oh, so I feel for you guys when you're trying to say something like this joke, Joe, and it just goes like this, but it's not your fault. It's mine. Nate says he has lived here for like 20 plus years. So it was long ago for long ago. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I feel it. I know it. It's sad Splash Mountain is changing. Tiana deserves her own attraction. I'm with you, Joseph. And I think this is what a lot of people are saying. Why does she get hand-me-downs? Who else got hand-me-downs? Why does she get hand-me-downs? But it should be a brand new original attraction and not a cheap retheme. I also think you need to hunt down the Imagineer who designed Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I want to know where they discovered a mountain in the Bayou of New Orleans. Joseph, I love you. You're on the mark. See, this is why they should talk to you guys, because you guys get in it. You don't just see a movie that you love. You wear it like a jacket, and you would love your characters like family. I mean, they are a part of you. And how wonderful to tap in on that knowledge that you all have. Why is this a bad thing to ask you is my question. Asking you is the smart thing, and I'll do it. And, I'll do it all the time because it's so much simpler to me to talk to people who love the Cheshire Cat or talk to people who love characters that I don't understand, you know? Like I don't listen much to, forgive me, and just in case this is okay, no, it's not anybody that I need to worry about. So sorry, it's my dad's almost out of the hospital, so I don't have to be quite so phone centric, and that kind of bugs me. I don't like being this close to my phone, really. Ugh, I'm a face to face gal. But anyway, you guys really do, and this is what's so special about you. Like I had to do a cake topper, a cake. Speak, Ubu. I had to do a cake topper. Let me just show you if it's here. Here it is. Okay, for a client. I do one of a kind pieces for clients. So let me show you this one and let me just hide Joseph's comment. This is a cake topper of Mickey and Minnie in Love. And this is what she asked for. She wanted Mickey and Minnie in Love. She designed the dress. This is what happens when you have a one of a kind done by me. You can pick the dress Minnie's in. You can pick I do several sculptures. I talk with you. These are an investment. I'm not going to lie to you. These are an investment. But I didn't know Mickey Mouse and I didn't know Minnie Mouse. They are not, don't shoot me, not my favorite, but they are many of your favorites. So when someone said they wanted a one of a kind, which means it's all yours, it's never done for anyone else, I had to meet with her. I had to speak with her. I had to understand what Mickey Mouse meant to her, and taking that emotion, that love, and letting it shower upon me allowed me to do this piece, which is adorable. It is absolutely beautiful. One of the things that I love about it is if I pop it up again, you can see that here, the hands touching. You see the dress, but you also see the hands touching, the little hand that's barely touching. So Mickey is reaching out with all four fingers, and Minnie is just giving him a very little touch of her hand. What that says in the overall sculpture is, we've been here before, fella, and you've proposed to me. Are you going to finally propose to me and mean it? Are we going to get to the altar for real? Or are you just punking me again? And she has the demure, shy attitude, and we know in his face that he's going to pop the question for real now. He's not going to punk her again. But all of this happens in the sculpture, and all of it happens working one-on-one with you. So I'm doing one with Nate right now on Jessica Rabbit. It's probably one of the best ones I've ever done, and I will share. Nate and I will share it with you as it goes. I'm eager to get back on it in February. I can't wait, because it just, speaking with Nate and working with Nate on his love for Jessica Rabbit exploded my mind into something really magical and wonderful. And this is the thing about your characters when you ask me to do a one of a kind for you. We communicate, and then that character is put in a situation that is specific to you. You know in your heart that someone like Jessica Rabbit and Minnie Mouse have changes of clothes. They don't always have to be in the polka dot dress or the sparkly evening gown. We know these two women are very, very stylish and have a dress for every occasion, an outfit for every occasion. That opens it up for you to design what you want. And we have a lot of fun with that. The last time I did Jessica as a golfer, and we designed a very cute, short, little cute dress for her, and a pose for her, and exclusive to the person who commissioned it from me. So if you have a character, and it doesn't have to be a popular one. In fact, one girl said to me she'd like to do the villain from Hunchback. And I'm not really a Hunchback fan, but it doesn't matter. As long as I talk to you who loves this villain, I'm going to be able to do it because you are coaching me. You follow? So this is why this is so special. All right. I also did a Donald Duck crashing through someone's kitchen and made the hands so you could put a rolling pin or a spatula or, a whisk or whatever in there. He had his little I gave Donald Duck a little chef's hat, and it was in someone's kitchen exclusively for them. I did a tiger for Johnny Depp. We never got to talk one-on-one back in the day when he wasn't so crazy. But I did this tiger through a interior designer who came to me and said, can you do a full-size tiger? And I did it so it looks like it's walking around the corner of his home. And he loved it. But we never spoke. It was all through it was all the liaison between us was the interior decorator. But it was still fun. It was still exciting. And I love doing animals. So it can be just about anything. And it's one exclusive to you. But like I say, it's a bit of an investment. And if you decide you're interested in something like that, reach out to me. Depending on who you are, there are some things we can do so you can have that character that means so much to you. So there you go. Yeah, the last season of Grace and Frankie was not on par with the rest. Yeah, it didn't work for me. Glad I'm not the only one. No, you never are. Always looked at me because I usually am. I'm like one of those people that didn't like everything everywhere all at once. No, I didn't like it. I watched it twice to be sure I really didn't like it. I didn't like it. I liked the basis of it. In other words, I liked the message, but I thought it was too wacky and weird to get to that simple message is what I was feeling. So, yeah, it didn't do it for me. I did think that people like Jamie Lee Curtis were hilarious. I thought she was very good. I'm glad she got a supporting actress nomination. I love Michelle. Always loved her in other movies as well. I really like her in things like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and several Jackie Chan movies out of China. I've been watching her since she was knee-high to a grasshopper. So I'm a big fan of hers. And then this new young lady to come along who plays the daughter is absolutely darling. So I was happy for her that she got a nod as well. Cute as a bug, sweet, big heart, charming girl. And she did a I'm sure she had fun in the movie. And that's, basically what you do. You say, did you have fun? Good for you. Not fun for me, but I hope it was fun for you. And it looks like it was. Well, hello, Tyler. Hi, guys. 2023. Nice to see ya. Tyler says 2022 is gone. Yeah. It's Fun Friday. Yes, it is. You're adorable. Thank you for popping in on that. That's adorable. Yes, it is Fun Friday, especially if you're opening Disneyland. Frozen and Nightmare Before Christmas got hand-me-downs too. I think I will be seeing more. I think we will be seeing more of that. That's very true. I mean, look at Tarzan's Treehouse, which was the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, and we all were like, no, don't change it. And now it looks like they're thinking of changing it back. Yay. I've always said that you leave Disneyland alone and keep it retro because it's the only one Walt walked. Walt Disney had his hand on everything in that park. Now, the later rides, he didn't because he passed away. But the fact of the matter is he had laid out certain things, and I think it's important to leave those things that way. In fact, I would love to have kept retro Tomorrowland. And here's why. Many young people love the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. They call that, retro. They love retro. So why not? And you will see that the designs for Downtown Disney look very pop 60, And so why not let Disneyland be that way? You can upgrade with Star Wars and Marvel and all of that in the other parks, but don't take away what Walt designed because you can't get it back. So I'm always fighting to keep those rides, which were there when Walt walked, and encouraging them to do what they want to do more the now. Because everyone's still going to go to Disneyland, even with some retro areas. They're still going to go to Disneyland. Don't tell me that there's going to be less clientele going because it's a retro park. I think that they could play that up with their marketing, and one of the marketing geniuses of the world is still Disney. So this is what I'm saying, and this is what I feel personally. And so like Frozen and Night Before Christmas getting the hand-me-downs, it's kind of, sometimes it's space, the lack of space or whatever. But yeah, it's just a shame, but the Imagineers are really good. So, what do we know, right? And you definitely have moved that magic into sculpture. She is so awesome. Yeah, this one I did with Nate. I Nate gave me a title, and he calls it A Day at Disneyland. And I will tell you, Jessica's wearing mouse ears, because what better identifies a day at Disneyland than mouse ears, in my opinion. So that's what he wanted. He wanted her to stay sexy, stay happy, stay lovely, but to show a day at Disneyland. And together, I think I came up with what I feel is just this one of the best ideas I've ever come up with. And I was so proud of myself. And then when Nate just about cried when he saw it, then I knew I'd hit the mark. So I'm excited to get back to it. I'm dying. She's over here waiting for me. And I sculpt in clay first for my one of a kinds, and then wax. And I'm working in the wax now. And I'm looking at her, and she's just like, when are you going to get me, finished for Nate? And I've got, a painter who's going to do the painting on her. She's going to be exquisite. I cannot wait. And I've told Nate, he's invested enough in this that he needs to be real particular. And the good news is my painter lives near where Nate lives, so he can actually sit with her and they can have face-to-face consultations about how he wants her to look when painted. So this is going to be lovely. Once I get her cast up and primed, she'll be shipped out to my painter in near where he lives, and that way he can sit there and they can discuss. She'll paint it, but he'll talk about how important it is. Not for her, she needs to look like a pretty actual sculpture, like my Tinkerbell tiptoeing across the map. Nate, if you have that one, you can bring that and show her and make sure she sees it, because that's the skin tones and everything, I think, that look, not too much heavy eyeliner or anything like that. You don't want her to look like a cartoon cell because she's three-dimensional, but you'll know it, you'll feel it, when it's right. And she's excellent at what she does. So you're going to have a blast. You're going to have a lot of fun, and I can't wait for us to get back to it. Yes, indeed. I do have that one. Yes. So that's what I say. When you meet with her, take that with you. Especially take a look at the skin tones of Tinkerbell, because we finally nailed it. It took me and Disney several attempts to get them to understand how I needed Tinkerbell to look different from the map. And this was a bit of a challenge, because I'm just seeing if I can find her here. And for some reason on this one, it doesn't have it of her, which is like, what? I don't know who put this together, but this girl needs to get a clue. She needs to be a little better at what she does. Oh, wait, that's me. Oops. I'm looking to see if I have her. I do not have that one. Let me just see if I've got some presentations where it's there. There she. I have one where she's an ornament. I did that as a one of a kind for Disney and a Fan Club. I mean, for OUAC. That was for OUAC. Yeah. Once Upon a Classic. Another great group. Another great group of collectors. Very kind, very sweet, very open. Super nice. Also do one of a kind puppets. Doesn't have to be a sculpture. It can be a puppet. It can be a painting. All of the above. I cannot. Oh, there she is. I was like, why do I not have? So here's Tinkerbell. I had to work really hard in making sure that the skin tone, these eyes, everything were together and soft. You see how smooth and soft and beautiful she looks. So that's what I really want you to have for your Jessica, is this smooth, soft, clear, like it's a real character, not a cartoony character. Really beautifully painted here. And then, of course, tiptoeing across the map. You can still get her on eBay, and if you do, that's mine. I did it for Disney. 2,500. My name's on the bottom of the piece. If you try to find her, the hard part was to get Disney to understand the map needed to be an old world painted map, and she needed to look like an animated character tiptoeing across a real map. So sometimes when you are talking to people, trying to get them to understand what the sculpture needs to look like in order to sell, they kept painting the map the same way they were painting Tinkerbell. And I, no, 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 you know, I am growing my Terry collection quickly. I know, Nate, you really do flatter me, and I appreciate that. LOL, I really do. I want AK puppet next. A, what is that? Once. What is a okay puppet next? See, abbreviations just go right over my head, Nate. Tell me what that is. I have no idea. I am at a loss. Here we go. See, he's going to help me. One of a kind. Oh, yeah. Duh. One of a kind. Duh. Yeah. We'll have to talk about what it's got to be. Of Jessica? Ooh, that would be fun. Marionette or hand puppet? Woo! Marionette will be more on model, but a hand puppet could be cool. We'll have to see which one would work better. But thank you. That's exciting. Yeah. Also, I offered Nate. So when I do these pieces, I create a wax and I create the wax, I told you, and then from the wax, I generate the actual character. So Jessica, just looking to see if she's in here. There's a couple of examples I can show you of her. And now, of course, I'm seeing Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell's popping up like hotcakes now. Of course she is. Silly lady. My silly girl. Oh my goodness, I don't see her now. Let's see if I can look up here. Nope. You just got to laugh because, I'm working so hard to show her off. Oh, here she is. Okay. So here she is in wax. This is the Jessica Rabbit as a golfer. She's about 15 inches tall. And what we did is we thought with the person I did this for, there she is. There's her close up there. That we don't need to worry about how she gets the top on. Just make sure she has a golf shirt on. So I designed it. She has really special gloves, special shoes. And we figured she really wouldn't be golfing, but she would definitely be posing. So this is a driver, the club. I found it because my sculptures need a 3-point support, especially for Jessica. And this is what she looks like in the wax. My wax, yes, is pink, a clear indication that it is the proper wax. And let's see if I have a color of her. I may not have her color finished lady, which surprises me because I usually do. I'm just looking at seeing if she's in here at all. Because the thing is, guys, there is so many that I do. I did one for Guillermo del Toro that was a pirate bed. That's how Guillermo del Toro and I became friends, is that I did that for him. And that was exciting and cool and wonderful. Okay, I see her here, but for some reason, I don't see her color version. It's like, where's our girl? Why is our girl not in here all painted? But again, maybe I'll show it. But I'm sure seeing Tinkerbell now. Remember, I was looking so hard trying to find Tinkerbell, and now I can't find her. She is hiding from me. And then when I finish this, of course, Jessica will pop up again and say, "Hey, how you doing? What's up?" Oh, here she is in color. See, I knew if I didn't give up. So here she is in color. And the painting on this to me is a bit cartoony in the face. The guy really loved it, the person, but you see her little shoes down below. They're really cool. I gave her a little golf shoe So that is what I did for her here. But I would really be careful to make sure that she looks, I mean, I like it. I just thought it could have gone a little bit less cartoony in the face. But there you have it. So that's what I was trying to share with you guys. Yeah. Yeah. I would love a hand puppet. Yeah, baby. See, we'll work it out. Mitch wants a Kermit puppet. There you go. Reach out, reach out. I did a Kermit puppet for someone for their graduation. So Tink is my favorite. She's a sassy girl. That's right, Linda. And you can still get her if you look at eBay and you go Terri Hardin or Tinkerbell Tiptoes Across Map or Tinkerbell Map. On eBay, you can get her. And if she's not signed, go ahead and purchase her because you know me. And we'll get together and have a coffee and I can sign it. Sometimes it comes across with me for sale. But when it comes from me and is for sale, they're a little bit more expensive because they're coming from the artist. But you know it's authentic. I've authenticated it. You know it's right. I mean, nobody's going to duplicate mine anyway. But it's a little easier. I've got a Maleficent, also very popular. So I think I have one available. She's a few $100s. Yeah. I like when the game show host says, "You're the first retired champion," and the contestant says, "What? I won the game or I won the game?" Okay. I have the color version photo from when you shared with me. Yes, of course you do, because I wanted you to see what you could expect. Cannot post photos here in the comments. No, that's fine. But that's okay. We'll show it to them when we get a little further, Nate. That'll give them a little time to anticipate your piece. Okay, we'll keep it. We'll be cool for now. I won the game. There we go. Sorry. It was all together. I didn't go. Here's a question out of left field. Do you like Buffalo Wild Wings? I do if they're not spicy. If they're spicy, I can't eat anything. And it's really sad because I run into people we were in New York and she wanted to take me to a place, but she said her favorite place is spicy. My body can no longer tolerate it. I have to be very careful of the spicy that goes into my system or I have a very bad night. It's part of the thing about being 65. You just got to embrace it and say, oh, well, right? Guys, we had a great time. 2 hours, 16 minutes. I love you guys. Thank you for making this a participatory thing. The more you talk, the more you share, the more fun we have as a collective, right? And I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you had a good time. I'm going to jump off here because the doctor's going to call. But hugs and kisses to you. And love you bunches. Let's see what else we got here. No, I mean the restaurant chain, Buffalo Wild Wings. I know the restaurant chain, but the Buffalo Wild Wings restaurant chain has mostly spicy wild wings. So I like it if they're kind enough to make me a non-spicy buffalo wing. Yeah, I answered it. Miss you, Deanna. Quiet one today. Yay, says Carla. Love you, lady. Love you too. Mwah. Nate, so much. Love you also, Linda. Mwah. Linda. Karen Taylor, oh, it's over. I love you. Hugs. Well, you can, watch it like the radio, listen to it. It's going to be on. That's the nice thing about YouTube. They keep it in my library. Hello from Judy at the last minute. Hello, Judy. Good to see you. Joseph, so glad your father is doing better. Have a great weekend. I love you guys a lot. Look, Tiffany pops in and says, are you doing anything special for the company's 100th? Yes, I'm working with my people on my Patreon page. Terri's Tribe, patreon.com/Terri Hardin. Go there, check it out. I would love, Tiffany, for you to be a part of it. Your voice needs to be heard. $5 a month. Check it out, okay? All right, hugs. Have a great weekend. See, I'm trying to get you all in there. I'll watch again. Yes, you will. You're wonderful. I love you. Do something nice for someone else. It'll make you feel a whole lot better. Mwah. I love you guys so much. You always make my day. You always make it special. I really appreciate it.